I guess before we get into the professional aspect, we'll just focus on your journey from Pakistan to Canada. Do you mind just talking about your relation to Pakistan? Were you raised in Pakistan or were you raised in Canada? Do you mind just giving more detail?
Sure. Yeah, for sure. So I was born and raised in Karachi, Pakistan. I moved to Canada for school, university when I was 18 years old. So I moved here in 2013. I've been here for about like 10 years now. Yeah, I did my entire schooling there till high school and onwards. I did my O levels and A levels because in Pakistan we do the British system. And yeah, my family lives there. I was born and raised there. Like purebred Pakistani, just moved to Canada. So I would say living that immigrant life here now.
I'm not sure. I guess in Pakistan would be like combined, right? Elementary, middle school, high school, or I'm not sure.
So it's Pakistan. It's like, yeah, you start from kindergarten, go to elementary school. Then at grade seven onwards, you start falling into the British O level system, so the GCSEs. So you do your O levels from grade 9 to 11. Then after that, you do 2 years of A levels, which is like grade 12 and 13 here. So you do an extra 13th year of schooling before I came to Canada. But as far as memories go, yeah, my whole life was there. So fantastic childhood. Obviously, I'm a very family oriented person. Grew up with my cousins and families and things like that. Very open minded household. Obviously, like in school, I was involved in volunteering and sports and mostly academic based things. So that was pretty fun. A lot of my friends who have actually moved to Canada and other places in the world, I grew up with a lot of them from kindergarten up. So like I have a few friends in Toronto who I went to kindergarten with. So great memories with them in general, family and cousins, obviously, and then just my hobbies and stuff like that. But basically, I would say I'm a product of Karachi and Pakistan and like my family, and that's helped me come here, adapt here, work here, and things like that.
In terms of studies, did you find it significantly more difficult compared to Pakistan? Because I heard the education system there is very rigorous.
So it's quite competitive, to be honest. Like, I think when I moved here, I was surprised as to how folks, at least in first year of university, how my study habits were very well established. It's also a bit of a testament to my family where my mom is very organized, structured lady. So growing up, we did have homework hours between 4 to 5, and we did that, and there was playtime after. In general, in school, growing up in Karachi, there's very competitive system that you come from. So in my O levels, I was in a different school, and in A levels, I moved to a different school. And both school education systems are very competitive. I think education in Pakistan is like a big thing, right? So you have to get an A, you have to do well, you have to beat that other person in class. That was a huge thing where they instilled that level of competitiveness like from a very young age. I was blessed enough with my family where my parents always kind of pushed me to compete with myself. So I didn't feel as much pressure. There was obviously like social pressures that you face as a kid, but like academically, I never really felt it. Observed it for sure. Saw a lot of stress things and stress levels. But to be honest, like by the time I was done my schooling, all of the skills I learned to manage myself, to learn how to study, because that's the thing that I feel like a lot of people struggle with, and establishing that focus that really helped me in undergrad and my university going forward after that.
Right. And I guess in your school, did you use like a calendar? Like how did you keep yourself organized? I know it's like pretty challenging university and we're gonna get into it, but
Yeah,
you did so many things in university.
yeah. To be honest, in school we did have a homework diary, which I, I'm sure a lot of people in Pakistan still have to get signed from your parents on a weekly basis. So that's
Oh,
something
wow.
that they do in Pakistan. Like when you're younger, all like school up to grade 7 or 8, they have this homework diary that you take home. You note your homework down, your teacher signs it, and then you take it home and your parents sign it. So it forces you to make notes. And that's created this habit for me to always have notes and stuff. I actually have a whiteboard that I can't live without. So and I think like as soon as I got out of the writing phase of using paper and pens, like I transitioned over to having a little whiteboard, and I've had my little whiteboard. To be honest, that whiteboard I actually have behind this monitor right now. I've had it since undergrad, and I've been using it to organize myself since the start. Yeah, that's been a big part of it. Was a big part of like things being pushed as part of my academics, along with my parents. My mom and dad are very organized people, and my mom's the type of person who has like her things written down in her calendar on a weekly or monthly basis. So just learning things from that, learning things through school, and then just applying that later on helped.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even for me, like I have the whiteboard as well in the back. But
Yeah,
anyways, yeah, it's
can't
like
live without it.
yeah, it's like just like the feeling of just erasing and taking. I guess it's just like innate. It can't really be replicated with the new like whatever is going on right now with tablets and whatnot.
To be honest, it also gives me a sense of accomplishment. I use it at work so much now where like when I wipe something, it's okay, I'm officially done. And that satisfaction of wiping something out and then moving on to the next thing is like pretty satisfying. It feels
Yeah.
very, it actually makes me feel more productive.